The coronavirus pandemic has changed the face of religion around the world. This church in Germany hosted Friday prayers for a local mosque that ran out of space because of social distancing restrictions.
Wir hatten sozusagen einerseits eben diese Erfahrung von Distanz und andererseits aber auch eine ganz neue Nähe.
When the pandemic hit in the spring, the Dar es Salaam Mosque in Berlin could only allow 50 at a time through its doors, compared to its usual capacity of several hundred. The invitation from the Martha Lutheran Church offered a lifeline. Idols are forbidden in Islam, so images of the Last Supper had to be covered. But what the pandemic has revealed is a spiritual solidarity.
When you get into the church, it was a strange feeling because of the music instrument and the photos. When you forget the small details, this is the house of the God.
Kein Unterschied. Kein Unterschied zwischen Moschee und Kirche. Alle sind Gottes Häuser, das ist das gleiche Gefühl.
Faith may have remained unshaken during the pandemic, but mosques, churches and temples have still been hit hard.
This has been a huge loss and has been very, very isolating, very detrimental to the fabric of religious life that goes beyond worship.
In Germany, a group of 400 mosques said in April they could face bankruptcy because the lack of worshippers meant a lack of donations.
Die Moschee lebt und blüht allein nur von den Menschen und den Spenden. Wir haben es irgendwie geschafft, noch auf den Beinen zu bleiben oder ich sag mal so übers Wasser. Es war nicht leicht.
People of faith around the world have found different ways to cope. Alms for the Poor can't go online, even if services can. An app in Nigeria allows Catholics not only to attend virtual Mass, but book times for confession with priests and make donations. Amen. Meanwhile, Catholics in Poland have sought forgiveness from the comfort of their front seats. Some churches who have seen dwindling congregations before COVID have actually seen more people attend online than would normally go in person. Yet for many, virtual worship is simply no substitute for the real thing.
Initially, at the start of lockdown, a lot of enthusiasm about the potential for online gathering and its ability to reach out in new ways. But what we've been seeing more recently is a recognition of the limitations of all of that, a real desire for people to be able to gather again in person.
Some of the most important dates in the religious calendar have been hard hit, with mass worship a big challenge because of COVID-19 restrictions. The Hajj to Mecca managed to go ahead with around 1,000 local Saudi pilgrims instead of the more than 2 million who usually arrive in Islam's holiest city from around the world. The Pope had resumed his public audiences, but has cancelled them again as Italy experiences a second wave of coronavirus infections. Back in Berlin, Muslims have been able to use their mosques again after restrictions were scaled back. But worshippers in mosques and churches still need to keep a 1.5-metre distance from one another and wear face coverings until they reach their positions. With second and third waves beginning the world over, faiths that have survived millennia are having to make some of the biggest changes in their history just to get through 2020.
Zum Glück ist unsere Religion wirklich so aufschlussreich, dass man bei so einer Geschehen wie das Corona weiß, wie man sich verhaltet, weil das ja im Koran auch steht. Wenn sowas auftritt, dann sollte man zu Hause bleiben und nicht in die Gemeinde reingehen. Das steht geschrieben und deswegen waren wir schon darauf vorbereitet, aber wir wussten das ja nicht. Das ist so, dann denkt man wieder, ey, du hast so eine schöne Glauben